Good morning, students. Let's start with the second unit. That is unit second, mechanical systems. Right. In this, we have to discuss first thermal efficiency system. Thermal energy systems and energy conservation in boiler. Then we have to discuss steam distribution system, compressed air systems, refrigeration and air conditioning system, pumps, fans, solar hot water system, basic of biofuels, international recent trends, recent advantages in biodiesel, its resource for production, case studies of biofuel production, etc. Right. This is all about the mechanical system chapter. First, thermal energy system. And energy conservation in boiler. Right. First, introduction about the boiler. The boiler is an enclosed vessel, right, that provides combustion heat to be transferred into water until it becomes heated water or steam, right. The hot water or steam under pressure is the usable for transferring the heat to process. Water is useful and cheap medium for transferring heat to a process, right. When water is boiled into steam, its volume increases about 1600 times, producing a force that is almost as explosive as gunpowder. This caused the boiler to be extremely dangerous equipment that must be treated with almost care, right. uh, in this, the process of heating a liquid until it reaches its gaseous state is called as evaporation. Heat transfer from one body to another body by means of, first, there are three modes of heat transfer. That is radiation, which is radiation, which is transfer of heat from hot body to cold body without any medium, right. Second is convection, heat transfer by convecting medium such as air, water, by mixing of these. And third one is conduction, right. Conduction transfer by it is heat transfer mode by the physical contact or molecule to molecule, right. Then performance of evaluation of boilers. Boilers here in this, the performance parameter of boiler like efficiency and evaporation ratio reduce with time due to pure combustion, right. Pure combustion, poor combustion, heat transfer surface falling, and poor operation and maintenance. Even for a new boiler, reasons such as deteriorating fuel quality, water quality can result in a poor boiler performance. Boiler efficiency, let's help to find out the deviation of boiler efficiency from the best efficiency and the target problem area for corrective action. Next, boiler efficiency. What is boiler efficiency? That you have already discussed in second year efficiency. Thermal efficiency of boiler is defined as the percentage of heat input that is effectively utilized to generate steam. There are two methods of assessing the boiler efficiency. First one is direct method. and second one is indirect method. What is direct method? In this this is also known as input output method due to the fact that it needs only the useful output and the heat input for evaluating the efficiency. The efficiency can be evaluated by this direct method is boiler efficiency. Efficiency is equals to heat output divided by heat input, very simple formula, into 100. The parameters to be monitored for the calculation of boiler efficiency by direct method, there are some parameters we have to concentrate. One is quantity of steam generated per hour in kg per hour, then quantity of fuel used per hour in kg per hour, the working pressure and superheat temperature, if any temperature of feed water, type of fuel and gross calorific value of fuel. Boiler efficiency is equals to, so efficiency is equals to Q Hg minus Hf divided by Q into GCV into 100, where Hg is equal to enthalpy of steam in kilocalorie per kg of system, and Hf is enthalpy of feed water in kilocalorie of water, right? So suppose how for example, the quantity of steam generator is equals to quantity of steam generated, quantity of steam generator, then steam pressure is equals to 10 kg per centimeters per 180 degrees Celsius. Coal consumed is equals to 1.8 TPH ton per hour. This is TPH. Feed water 85 degrees Celsius suppose. So by using this formula we can find out the boiler efficiency by this direct method, right? So when there is no chances of any example upon this formula, so you have to consider all these about the boiler efficiency. Then next point is energy conservation opportunities in boiler. Okay, the various energy efficiency opportunities in boiler steam can be related: combustion, heat transfer, losses, high auxiliary power consumption, water quality, and blowdown. By examining the few factors like stack temperature, feed water preheat using economizer, then combustion air preheat, incomplete combustion, excess air, radiation and convection heat loss, reduction boiler steam pressure, variable speed control for fans, blowers, pumps, effect of boiler loading and on efficiency, proper boiler scheduling. These are the points that we have to discuss for the consumption. On this we can discuss for the energy conservation. So first is stack temperature. What is stack temperature? Stack temperature should be as low as possible. However, it should not so low that water vapor in the exhaust condense on the stack walls. This is important in fuels containing significant sulfur, as a low temperature can lead to sulfur dew point corrosion. So stack temperature greater than 200 degrees Celsius indicates potential for recovery of waste heat. It also indicates the scaling of heat transfer equipment and hence urgency of taking an early shutdown for the water. So this is about the stack temperature. Then feed water preheating system. So typically the flue gases leaving modern three-pass shell boiler are at a temperature of 200 and 300 degrees Celsius. Thus, there is a potential to recover heat from these gases. The flue gases exit temperature from a boiler is usually maintained at minimum of 200 degrees Celsius. So that the sulfur oxide in the flue gas do not condense and cause corrosion in a heat transfer surface. When a clean fuel such as natural gas, LPG or gas oil is used, the economy of heat recovery must be worked out, as the flue gas temperature may be well below 200 degrees Celsius. Next, combustion air preheat. So combustion air preheat is alternating to the feed water heating in order to improve the thermal efficiency by 1%. The combustion air temperature must be raised by 20 degrees Celsius. Most gas and oil burners use a boiler plant and not designed for a high air preheat temperatures. Modern burners can withstand much higher combustion air preheat, so it is possible to consider such units as heat exchanger in the exit flue as an alternative to the economizer. So when either space or high feed water return temperature make it is variable. So next is incomplete combustion. This is again area on which we can discuss about the energy conservation in the boiler. Incomplete combustion can arise from a shortage of air or a surplus of a fuel or poor distribution of fuel. It is usually obvious from the color or smoke and must be corrected immediately. Next, excess air. Excess air is required in all practical cases to ensure complete combustion, to allow for the normal variations in combustion, and to ensure satisfactory stack conditions for smoke fuels. The optimum excess air is a level for maximum boiler efficiency occurs when the sum of the loss due to incomplete combustion and loss due to heat in the flue gas is minimum. So next is radiation and convection heat losses. This is also major part which effect on the energy conservation. The external surface of shell boiler are hotter than the surroundings. So the surface thus lose heat to the surrounding depending upon the surface area, and the difference in the temperature between the surface and the surrounding. The heat loss of from the boiler shell is normally a fixed energy loss irrespective of the boiler output. Repairing and insulation can reduce the heat loss again. Next, automatic blowdown control. See here, in automatic blowdown control, uncontrolled continuous blowdown is very wasteful Automatic blow-down control can be installed that sense and respond the boiler water conductivity. Next, reduction of boiler steam. This is effective means of reducing fuel consumption if permissible by as much as 1 to 2%. So lower steam pressure gives a lower saturated steam temperature and without stack heat recovery. Similar reduction in the temperature of the flue gas temperature result. Next, variable speed control for fan, blowers and pumps. So it is again in the variable speed control, it is important means of achieving energy saving. Generally, combustion air is control is affected by the throttling dampers fitted at the force and induced draft fans. Though dampers are simply means of control the lack accuracy, giving poor control characteristics at the top and bottom of the operating range. Next, effect of boiler. Loading on efficiency. See here in this the maximum efficiency of a boiler does not occur at full load, but at about two-third of the full load. If load on the boiler decreases, further efficiency also tends to decreases. At zero output, the efficiency of the boiler is 0 and any fuel fired is used only to supply the losses. So as the load falls, so does the value of the mass flow rate of gas fuel through the tubes. This reduction in a flow rate. Okay. Now, below half load most combustion appliances need more excess air to burn the fuel completely. In general, efficiency of the boiler reduces significantly below 25% of the rated load, and as far as possible, operation of boiler below this level should be avoided. Next, proper boiler scheduling. Last one is proper boiler scheduling. Since the optimum efficiency of boiler occurs at 65 to 85% of a full load, it is usually more efficient on the whole to operate a fewer number of boilers at higher loads than the operate a large number of low loads. So next we have to discuss about the case study of boiler. Case study upon the boiler. So energy saving in this we steam distribution system, then we discuss. Today is our Zoom meeting, so attend Zoom meeting at 7 p.m. We'll discuss last chapter, there is a energy scenario in the meeting, and as well as we'll discuss this chapter also. So if you have any doubt, please refer the notes and ask me on a phone. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much.